Hey folks, it's Brad LeDrew here at Western GM in Drumheller, Alberta, Canada. And despite the cold, we're going to do a walk around on our first 2022 limited GMC Sierra. So many of you might know that there is a fully redesigned 2022, all new front end lights, all that stuff. And the big one is an all new interior, and that's in a 2022 Sierra. But they're also making a 2022 limited, and as you can see, it's the same as a 2021. There's a couple changes on the inside, but overall, same outgoing truck. Really quickly, if you're not familiar with the GMC Sierra, for 2022, it is available in 6 different trim levels. So you have the Pro, the SLE, that's the one we're talking about here today. You have the Elevation, which is all about the style, the look, all blacked out sort of look. The SLT, the AT4 off-road model, and then the top dog, the Denali. And they will have an LTD or limited acronym next to, say, a Sierra LTD or limited on the window stickers, letting you know that it's the old outgoing body style. So let's go ahead and start this with popping the hood. It is about minus 18 Celsius out, so it's a little bit cold. So all you want to do to open up the hood, you're going to put your hand here and pull to the right and lift up. And here you go. So really quick, in the SLE trim, you have 3 engine choices. So your standard engine is the 2.7 liter i4 direct injected with continuous variable valve timing. And that bad boy has got 310 horsepower and 348 foot-pounds of torque at only 1,500 RPM. So that 2.7 liter is an awesome engine. It's very drivable, like really impressive. And it's paired to an 8-speed automatic transmission. And then the most popular choice we have here in Alberta is this one. And this happens to be your 5.3 liter Ecotec 3 V8, 355 horsepower and 383 foot-pounds of torque, and it's paired to a 10-speed automatic transmission. And again, it's direct injected, variable valve timing, all that stuff as well. And then if you're the fuel economy miser, this is pretty incredible. You've got the 3-liter Duramax as well available. That's the i6. And that Duramax diesel is 277 horsepower and a whopping 460 foot-pounds of torque at 1,500 RPMs. So, and that one's rated as the absolute best fuel economy in a half-ton pickup truck. So really quick, you can see right here, we got an air filter box, windshield washer fluid, rad fluid, brake fluid, and you can see right here, we use the Dexo, so let it get focused. We use the full synthetic oil. Moving on over, you can see we got our fuse panel, we got our battery. Pretty straightforward stuff. Got nice soft touch materials in here, and that's all to help deaden sound, because again, a direct injected vehicle, as you may know, is got a little bit of a tick. It's not lifters, it's just a direct injection. So let's close up that hood. And again, so this is the SLE trim. You still have a HID projector beam in the front. So, oh, sorry, I apologize. I'm thinking about the Pro. So the SLE has all LEDs in the front, and if you notice, there's no fog light. But, great looking look. I like this crystal red tint coat on the outside here. Really nice color. But again, it's got all of this chrome accenting, which I think looks really sharp. Again, you can see GMC started this a number of years ago, so you've got these edge fender liners, so again, you don't have that pinging and panging on the road and chipping up that painted edge line. So again, it helps save your paint as time goes by. You got the felt liners inside, the same thing, pinging and panging. You don't hear that when you're driving. You can see you've got, this is the SLE standard wheels, comes with a Michelin tire, and you can see, nice, good, aggressive tread. Pretty nice truck, pretty nice tire. This is your little built-in flap that comes with the GM. If you're on a lot of gravel, again, you'll want to get a nicer, bigger flap. And again, to help save your paint as time goes by, hopefully it shows up in the camera, you can see this leading edge. And that's all rock guarded all the way along. And you can see that rock guard right here goes all the way right up to about here, okay? And you can see that texture, and it's painted. So again, you know you're gonna get some rocks, even like on this leading edge, GM puts this plastic grommet there. You know you're gonna have some debris on the roads and stuff, and this is just gonna save your paint as time goes by. Again, your rear got the felt liners as well. You can see here, you got the big, enough for 2 big size 12 feet in here. So again, you wanna get into the back of the box, really easy to step in. Now, again, one of the things people love about the SLE is you do have the 6-function MultiPro tailgate. And oh man, I hope my hands are shaking. Hopefully this is not coming through on the camera. But one of the things people have said to me before, well, that's not gonna work when it's cold out. Well, it's cold out and we just washed it. It hasn't been chamoised off. You can see the ice frozen all over on the vehicle. So just to show you, you've got a button here, and she lowers down, and yes, it's going slower because it's cold. Okay, you got the little handle there, pull that straight up, and you can see you've got that nice gap stop. Maybe you got a quad dirt bikes or something like that, or even some 2x4 studs so they don't slide around. And again, just push this down, close her up. Maybe you want to use it as the MultiPro tailgate. You just push both of those buttons, and then you just pull on this. And now you've got the very big non-slip step to get into the back of your box. And if you are older, this is a handle right here. Whoop! This is the handle here. You can pull in and lock in. Okay, and just pull on this, and it locks back down. You can see you got your bed lights as well, and you also have a 120 volt power plug-in back here. My fingers are done here. Also, you notice the GM actually has a more cutout box and deeper and taller box than all of our competitors. So even though this is a short box 5'8" truck, it still has more volume of cargo volume in the back of this than a 6.5 foot box from Ford or Ram. So that's a good thing to know if you're, filling this thing up with some hay or something like that or whatever. You got a lot more volume, and you can see you got cargo management. You can just cut a 2x4 to length, and then you can have some tiered storage. You got your hooks on the bottom here on all 4 corners, and they're rated for over 500 pounds, again, because of the rolled steel for support in the back of this vehicle. And you can see the little plastic caps, and there's 9 of those as well. And you can put on gear on accessories for your dirt bikes, for your kayaks, all that sort of stuff. You can see your 4-pin. Again, everything's froze. This is real time. The camera's working slower than normal. And 7-pin connectors. And get down low real quick. You can see back here. Oh, it's not focusing. I'll get down low. So this has got a G80 auto locking rear differential. So if this wheel spins 200 RPM difference than that wheel over there, it locks both wheels together automatically to give you the best possible traction. Our competitors, you have to push a button to electronically lock the rear end. So this is a much better system for regular everyday driving. And if you notice, it's got the monotube shocks. They're not the Rancho. And that means that this truck doesn't have the X31 off-road package. As you know, the X31 off-road package is the rebadged version for GMC of a Z71, or in Canada, Z71. You also have your capless fuel door. And again, if this was the Duramax diesel, you'd have your DEF tank filler right there. I should point out, again, all the doors have the proximity sensors on it as well. So you approach the door, your modern key is in your pocket. You touch it once and it unlocks that door. Double tap it, unlocks all the doors. So honestly, I hope this shaking hasn't come through. My hand is frozen. This is just me holding an iPhone. You know me. I don't do any edits or anything like that. This is just a one-take shoot. And so real quick, inside, you got some updated materials here. So you've got some different texturing. So it's not just all one bland or flat black pattern. And I hopefully you can see that, how it comes through here. So 3 different, and it looks good. So this is your jet black interior, but you can see it's kind of a charcoaly interior. It's really, really nice. Now, let's say you want more storage in the back here for your puppy, or you went and bought a TV at Best Buy, just catch hold to the seat anywhere and lift. Well, let's do this first and lift straight up. You can see we got our front block reader cord plug in here as well. And also this is a little storage box that comes standard. It's just a little 2 Torx screws if you wanted to remove this. They even have bigger, more flat storage. You can see we've got our seat back storage. We got the power sliding rear window. And again, I'm 6 foot, 280 pounds. I got that front seat up here set perfectly for me. But you can see back here, 4, 8, you know, I got 10, 11. I've got close to, I would say, a foot of knee room in this. My feet go all on under the seat. So there's piles of room. And with this armrest down, you can see, despite being a really big guy, you know, you can definitely fit 3 big adults in the back of this vehicle, no problem at all. You also have some USB, old style auxiliary power port back here in the vents as well. And let's move to the front. Oh, I can't tell you how cold my hands are, guys. Whew. Now, when I open up this driver door, I want to show you something that's really, really important. GM has done an awesome thing since 2019. All their half-ton trucks, HD trucks, and their full-size utilities, they put these trailering information guides on them. So it takes all the guesswork of what this specific vehicle can tow, because the old adage is a pound in is a pound out. So let's say, for example, the payload, let's just read it. So let's look at it. The payload, max payload on this truck is 2,025 pounds. Well, guess what? I'm gonna back up. If I would have ordered this truck with the 6-inch oval boards, and let's say I also ordered, I don't know, a package where it had the 20-inch wheels, and let's say I added another bed rail accessory or something like that. So all of that is extra weight on this truck. So then this deco, let's say you got 500 pounds of accessories on this truck. Well, all of a sudden your payload is no longer, boy, oh boy, 2,025 pounds, it'd be 500 less. So it'd be 1,525 pounds. So that's something for you guys to always remember when it comes to payload. Now let's real quick look at the inside. So again, pretty standard stuff here. This interior is the outgoing interior. You can see you got the soft touch materials. I personally have never liked this faux wood. I wish it was a carbon fiber look or just even a flat black, but it doesn't look bad. It's just my personal preference is I'm not a fan of the wood. But guess what? There's lots of companies that have wrap for this, or you can just quickly replace them if it's not your jam, but it still looks good. Okay. So when you go in the SLE, you could only get this 40-20-40 front seats. So, but what's nice to know is this is still an independently bucket seat on both sides. It's only the center that's a fixed bucket, or is a fixed. The front driver and passenger seats move with each other, and you can see, or independently of each other is what I'm trying to say. I'm so cold. And you've got the 10-way power seat. Let's get inside. Whew. I'm gonna crank the heat in here, guys, a little bit. Sorry. So, moving on over to some meat and potatoes, important stuff here. So you can see right now we've got the 2-speed transfer case with the very, very important, the auto 4x4. So again, when we hit, say, we want to go into 4 high, you can see your DIC changes, and it says 4 high down here. What's great about all the GM trucks, and we've had this for years, since the 90s, and it's the auto 4x4. So I just told you about the G80 auto locking rear differential. And again, so if you're driving in just regular 2-wheel drive, now you've got that G80 auto locking rear differential working in unison to give you better traction. But now when you're in auto 4x4, okay, what that does is it engages the front clutch packs so that it can very, very quickly transfer power to the front wheels. But guess what? Before it transfers power to the front wheels, it will lock the G80 in the back together automatically, giving you the best possible traction anyways, often without engaging the front axle, which is really, really important. Ford and Dodge still They have a great 4x4 system. Trucks have 4-high. They're all similar. I should say they're all the same. What's different is whether it's an electronically locking rear differential where you push in the Ford, you push a button and it locks, and you'll see an X at the back of the rear axle. But again, that requires driver intervention. So that's a great innovation from General Motors from many, many years ago. And then we've got this dial right here. So I'm just gonna quickly show you here. If we go to the left, you go to trailer mode. What's great about that is if you turn off your trailer, if you turn off your truck to go in and grab a sandwich or pay for the fuel, it'll remember that it was in trailer mode for up to 3 hours. It'll remember your trailer brake settings, your gain, all that sort of stuff. So you don't just start driving and not be in trailer mode. So again, that's cool. Another great thing is you've got these drive modes. So again, your normal drive mode is normal. And then when you go to sport, it actually changes the throttle response on the accelerator. It changes your road feel, so the steering response, how much it's power assisted, so that you get more of a road feel, so you get a nicer, more sporty experience. And it changes your shift points in your transmission to be more snappy. And then when you go to off-road mode, you can see here, again, it does the same sort of things. It now wants to hold your gears better so you don't overspin your tires, things like that. So again, your drive mode is a great option, great thing that come with these vehicles. You can see again in the SLE, this is all the nice features. We've got a nice leather wrapped steering wheel. We've got this new texture. Whoa. And it looks really, really nice. Again, I wish they did this here and not just here or on the infotainment center stack. It looks great. I really wish they did that on the door. But you know what? I'm not the bean counter who makes decisions at the end of the day, right? So you can see you got your modern push button start. I'm gonna zoom back here and show you your full, right here, center stack. So again, we've got automatic climate control. And again, you can sync it to both sides. You can see the temperature here when I turn these dials. Okay, right up here. In previous generations, in last year, I should say 2022, 2021s, 2019s, and 18s, they would have the temperature listed right here. But that's just one of the things they changed with this Limited. They didn't do that. They just went with it showing up here on the display. Now, this has got the great outgoing GM infotainment system. So really quickly, this is an 8.4-inch touchscreen display. It's color, and it's very, very quick. It's high definition. And there's some people that comment on my videos and say, oh, why are they using such a small screen, or it's so small, or it's not new or modern. And I'm going to tell you, if anybody has got into a new Toyota, who's got into a new Ford or into a new Ram with an 11-inch screen and is below 0 Celsius out and used our truck after, they'll think that this is the latest and the greatest stuff. It is so responsive. Okay, home button here or home button there. Again, you press it, you're going to go to this screen or this screen. You can see how instant all of this stuff is. Okay, this is a fantastic system. We are the first to have 4G LTE Wi-Fi in our vehicles since 2014. We've had in our half-ton trucks since 2017 Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. There's still car companies that you have to buy a higher trim level to get Apple or Android Auto, which is ridiculous. So again, another great advantage that General Motors had for many years. And again, you can see outside temperature sensor, your time. Go up top, we've got our programmable garage door opener, the power sliding rear window. There isn't a sunroof available right now in this trim. You can see we've got our OnStar right here as well. And moving on down low, we can see we've got our heated, well, let's get a little focused in here, sorry guys. You've got your heated seats, back and bung with 3 levels of heat, or just your back. And again, just 3 levels of heat. You can manually power liftgate down, okay? Traction control, hazards. You turn on that power plug in the back. You can see we've got our trailer brake controller here. We got our SD card for music or whatever else, USB-C, USB, old power, and new power as well. Again, your center console here, area here still has got a nice cup holder, still has some storage in here. And again, you just catch hold of this seat, pull it up, and now, again, one of the things I've always loved is my kids like to sit next to dad when I'm driving the truck, just like when I was a kid. And so I like the 6-passenger myself. I can have my kids sit next to me here when we're driving. And again, if you just want to fold this down, you're just going to grab this tether here and pull her straight down. But there you go. I'm going to get out. There's more I could have talked about, but again, this is like 18, 19 minutes, and I just really wanted to walk around this 2022 Limited to show you guys. And a great truck. I really hope that if you're in the truck market that you go down to your local GMC store, take one for a drive, take an equivalent priced Ram or Ford out after. And I think especially in regular drivability, you'll find that this is a quiet, comfortable truck. GM still has the superior resale value, and I think you'll be very, very impressed with how it handles. It's a great truck, great looking truck. And I guess you could also say it's at the peak of its reliability. The redesign is on us. Right now, we should get our first redesign 2022 with the new interior and the new front end in about a month. So there still will be these Limiteds around, and the Limiteds are a lesser price, and also they have a better interest rate. So another good reason to consider the 2022 Limited. There you go, folks. This is another one-take shoot here from Brad at Western GM in Drumheller, Alberta, in the Canadian cold. Have a great day.